Okay then, Money in the Bank, Money in the Bank. Wow, what a show tonight, I gotta say. A lot of big surprises, a lot of big things happening. Some things I did like, some things I didn't like, but wow, what a show tonight. First pay-per-view, well, I shouldn't even say first pay-per-view with fans being back, but we already had WrestleMania, but I guess I should say a full house of fans with having a pay-per-view back. Let me say that then. That's a better way to put it. So yeah, the first pay-per-view with a full crowd back. So it's a lot to talk about Money in the Bank tonight. Because, wow, after that ending, there's going to be a lot to say about this show tonight. And personally, I enjoyed it. I had fun watching this show. Okay, there's, like I said, there's a couple things I didn't like and did like, but it's going to be a lot to speak on tonight. So let's get into this thing for Money in the Bank, Fort Worth, Texas, tonight. Kickoff show. We kick it off with the Usos versus the Mysterios, Ray and Dominic for these SmackDown tag titles. I did like Ray and Dominic's entrance of kind of stepping through a portal, like some Aztec warrior god thing, and them in suits coming down to the ring with masks on and whatnot. It wasn't a bad tag match or anything. I figured the Usos were going to win, given that they want to give this whole bloodline, family thing with Roman and the Usos holding all the gold right now. So I'm not really surprised by that outcome. They end up winning by a roll-up. I saw a lot of people were pissed off about the decision tonight because it looks like WWE is not really going to do anything about Jimmy Uso, and a lot of people kind of felt like he's being rewarded, even though the guy's already had 4 DUIs, and like I said, the latest one is his 4th one, and he's still being rewarded with a championship and whatnot. Listen, I've already addressed this before. Like I said, we all know WWE ain't going to do shit about this, so yeah, I'm not really surprised by this outcome and whatnot, but I see, like I said, I saw a lot of people were not really happy with that decision. Like I said, I get why they did it. Like I said, it's just to make Roman and crew look even stronger and whatnot. And I could see why people would get pissed at this, but it's like I said before. We all know nothing was ever going to happen to him anyways. The guy's in a top... If he was not in this spot right now, in a main event position and storyline of what he is right now, that'd be a different story. But, hey, man, this dude's Samoan, so dude's low-key Teflon and whatnot. Ain't nobody about... And then, like, The Rock vouched for him or something to keep his job. So, like I said, I'm not really worried about it at this point because, like I said, I knew nothing was ever going to happen. But I saw a lot of people were pretty pissed off about that tonight, though. But actually, actual Money in the Bank match, show kicked off. We kick it off with the women's Money in the Bank. Alexa Bliss, Nikki Ash, Asuka, Naomi, Zelina Vega, Liv Morgan, Natalia, and Tamina. All were going, like I said, on the beginning of the show. Women's Money in the Bank ladder match, as I said. There's a lot to say about this match. And listen, my prediction to win, and I'm sure a lot of people were saying this throughout the weekend, a lot of people thought Liv Morgan was going to win, okay? And that's who I had winning. But like I said, everybody's brawling. Bliss ends up still staying in the ring, who just kind of just stands there in the corner and not really doing anything. It looked like she could use her whole power thing to make the briefcase come down, but obviously that wasn't going to happen and whatnot. There was some good ladder spots here and there. Tamina throwing Bliss into the ladder, which I see the crowd really heavily booed at Tamina and Natalia tonight throughout this match. Bliss was actually cheered a lot, so she was pretty over and whatnot. I saw Naomi was pretty over too. Several times they tried to get up the ladder, pulling each other down and whatnot. Liv Morgan even jumping onto the ladder as Asuka kind of held on to it. Tamina stopped them, knocking both of them down in. One point, Nikki tried to get up the ladder, but that did not work. Naomi stopped her. Naomi ended up, what she do? Like, I think she like a kick on, I think on a Nikki to the outside of the ring then. Bliss had tried to get up the ladder then, but Liv Morgan basically threw her in the corner then after that, basically stopping her. Bliss ended up taking Natalia out onto the ladder then, even throwing Liv Morgan to the ground. She tried to get the briefcase again, but Zelina Vega stopped her. But then Vega froze, which I guess Bliss used her powers again to hypnotize her as both climbed down the ladder at the same time. And Bliss tried to climb back up the ladder, but Natalia ended up stopping her, hitting with a power bomb then. Vega once again tried to go back, for the briefcase, but it did not work. Liv Morgan ended up jumping off the ropes, but Naomi ended up catching her in, which I thought this was a pretty cool spot because they were in the corner and whatnot. But as Liz Morgan jumped off the turnbuckle, Naomi power bombed her onto the ladder, well, onto Vega then, while the ladder was sitting right there then. Um, Next, you know, Naomi took out both Natalya and Tamina with a double stunner and whatnot, taking them down. Even taking out Nikki Cross, throwing on her into a ladder and whatnot, and then end up in like the split-legged moonsault, not legged moonsault, but a leg drop. Then I should say to take out Nikki Cross. Then not Natalya, but Naomi tried to climb up the ladder, go for the briefcase. Natalya ended up stopping her. Then Vega got involved at one point, which everybody's still trying to grab onto the briefcase. Then Liv Morgan ended up pulling him down. And then at one point, and I know a lot of people do not like this. Listen, my friend Gerard had called me about this tonight, and I'm sure there's a lot of people that can vouch for this if they know I talked to them. They hate it when everybody stands in one spot. So, you know, Nikki Cross got set up to jump off the ladder. And this happens with a lot of wrestlers. Like, you know, when they dive or something, everybody's got to make sure they're in a position and almost stand like there for almost 5 minutes so that person can get ready to do their big dive or jump. And that's basically what Nikki Cross did right here and just jump, which, by the way, she didn't even hit Vega while doing this jump, by the way, too. So she missed her. But after they did the jump and everything, Nikki tried to go up for the briefcase. Bliss stopped her. Ended up hitting with a Sister Abigail after that. Bliss had climbed the ladder trying to get the briefcase. Natalya and Tamina stopped her in and pretty much threw her on the ground. Everybody just starts throwing ladders on top of her, on top of Alexa Bliss, which people heavily booed at that then after throwing all the ladders on to Bliss. Liv Morgan tried to sneak her away and get back up there. But then I know she had a Hurricane Run on Tamina to stop her. Then she climbed back up the ladder. Naomi started climbing up there, and everybody else got a ladder. And then Natalya gets up there, and Asuka gets up there. Everybody's climbing and fighting each other, but somehow, some way, Nikki Ash just conveniently just walks over everybody. Like, everybody's fighting up, like, you know, it's like 3 ladders up there. You got 6 women fighting and whatnot. And then Nikki Cross is like, just nonchalantly, okay, I'm going to walk up there. I'm going to walk up the ladder. And boop, I took the briefcase. There you go. I win the match. So, Nikki Cross was not the person I expected to win. I don't even think the crowd know how to feel about it. They cheered, but I think a lot of people what I've seen tonight were 50-50 on it. I didn't really think she even got that much of a reaction when she even came out there. I know a lot of people do not like this superhero gimmick to what they have her doing. It's like some would say like the hurricane and whatnot, but this was not my pick to win, okay? Honestly, it was my least pick to win. I didn't really have any thought, but I think that so many people were kind of counting on Liv Morgan to win. I guess WWE was like, okay, we're going to swerve y'all right now, and we just going to have Nikki Cross win, or Nikki Ash, the superhero. So, it's, like I said, it's something I didn't expect. And like I said, the match was not bad itself. Nothing too crazy out there with the spots. I thought it was, like I said, pretty good match. No insane shit that much. It was what it needed to be, okay? I just think the whole Nikki Ash thing just kind of nonchalantly just kind of like, okay, nobody's going to see me. Everybody's fighting each other, but they don't try to stop the person unhooking the briefcase though, but and they're all right there, okay? So they easily could have took out Nikki Cross right there, but it's like, hey, we'll keep fighting each other, but she's like literally an inch away from us and we're not gonna do nothing, okay? So I don't know. Like I said, I'm 50-50 on it, but I'm sure a lot of people may have expected Liv Morgan to win. I was kind of hoping Naomi was gonna win at several points. I almost kind of thought she was gonna get it, but yeah, Nikki Cross wins the women's Money in the Bank. So we'll see what happens with that. The almost superhero here, folks. The almost superhero. Reigns in the back with Uso celebrating. Reigns says I had to do all the heavy lifting. And now, you know, tonight he's got to do what he got to do and put the work in and go against Edge. Next, AJ Styles and Amos went against the Viking Raiders for the Raw Tag Team titles. AJ Styles still over as fuck when is he not over? Amos, man. There's a lot to say about him. I've said about this before. He doesn't have to do much out there. He just has to go out there, do big guy shit, throw him around. That's all he has to do. But sometimes this guy looks like he either forgets his spots or he looks like he's got 2 left feet and doesn't know where to move sometime. And I saw like people say this on Raw last Monday too, that he didn't know what kind of. There's a reason why they have AJ just kind of covering for him and doing his best to make him look good. Come on, when almost threw AJ out of the ring and AJ hit that Hurricane Rana. Cool spot, by the way, too, and whatnot. So that was pretty cold. But like I said, AJ and Almost were really over, but Almost, like I said, the guy's doing his best, but like he's just still waiting for the spots, even against the Viking Raiders out there. And hitting like that big clothesline onto him, doing their best to take down Almost, knocked him out of the ring, which he didn't land on his feet, and they hit several dives on him, but Almost just still on his feet out there and whatnot. But AJ though, coming back for the roll up, he set up for the phenomenal forearm. Then Raiders got out the way, they hit their finisher on them, but Almost ended up pushing roll into Hanson, basically breaking up the pin. Almost comes in with a big choke bomb and whatnot. Still retain the tag team titles. Like I said, AJ was mostly, come on, gotta being the workout horse out of this team and whatnot, and Almost did what he needed to do and just, do his big guy stuff. But the guy still looks kind of lost out there half the time. There's a reason why it's best not to keep him out there in singles matches. Come on, look what happened on Raw last Monday. So I never believe the Viking Raiders are ever going to win, but it was a really good reaction from the crowd out there, too, about this match. And like I said, AJ Styles, when is he not over? Okay, so obviously his tag team is still going to keep going with him and Almost, but it's going to take some time with him to, get better. Next, Bobby Lashley versus Kofi Kingston for the WWE Championship. And by God, this was a straight up murder out here, okay? Bobby Lashley basically went beast mode and beat the living dog fuck out of Kofi Kingston out there. Listen, it's not as bad as the Lesnar where it was like a 10-second squash match. But yes, Kofi had very little offense out here, but Lashley just murdering this guy, just one-arm spine buster, throwing him out the ring, throwing him into like the the freaking turnbuckle post and whatnot, running into him like 2 times it looked like. And Lashley just putting Kingston to the hurt lock. Kofi was still trying to get out of it and whatnot, but Lashley put him into like a big suplex stand. And then he just hit him with like 3 dominators out there, just murdering him, and then just shushing the crowd like everybody be quiet. Lashley just got heavy boos. He put him in the hurt lock, and it was done. So yeah, Lashley, he beat the shit out of Kofi Kingston out here. Okay, would you call it a glorified squash match? Yeah, I could probably agree with that, but at least it wasn't as bad as the Brock one of just being 10 seconds or whatnot. Lashley just beat the living dog fuck out of him, and he looked like a badass at the same time. So Lashley just went beast mode and straight up murdered Kofi Kingston tonight. So never really, come on, who really thought Bobby Lashley was about to lose the WWE title right here? Who really thought that? So yeah, Lashley beast mode dominated. Next, Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte for the Raw Women's title, which in a way I could somewhat arguably say that was probably one of the best matches of the night, or arguably match of the night so far at this point in this show. Or you could still say this is probably the match of the night here too. But Ripley and Charlotte, they put out a barn burner, might I say. And throughout the beginning of this match, fans started to chant, "We want Becky," which Charlotte basically just flipped off the whole fucking crowd, which they did black out the screen, but even when the screen came back on, they still had the, Charlotte still flipping off the crowd and whatnot. But like I said, it was a lot of "We want Becky" chants until it started to turn, "Let's go Ripley, let's go Charlotte" chants. This, like I said, this was a great match, okay? Both of these women beat the hell out of each other, all right? And like I said, just insanity out there from, I don't know, Charlotte, just the freaking natural selection and whatnot was that was a good spot though until like Ripley dodged it. That wasn't that bad. But wow, what can else I can really say from this match? I'm just trying to remember every spot that comes along here and whatnot. But at one point, Ripley, just hitting Charlotte several times, chopping her. Like you almost see her chest go red at one point too. And even having Charlotte upside down on the turnbuckle and whatnot, and basically trying to go for a suplex and everything, which both women get to the top rope. Charlotte hits a big natural selection from the top rope then for a 2 count then after that. Ripley still trying to set up for the Riptide, but Charlotte and him hitting like a big tornado DDT then right after that. Ripley even also dodging, I think, for another natural selection, which knocking Charlotte into the back, not into the turnbuckle. Almost hit a head on the bottom turnbuckle, but it did not hit. Hey, though, at one point I see Charlotte still doing Andrade's moves out there with that back elbow, which is like nobody didn't really seem to know at one point. But even when they got to the outside hand after that, Ripley basically went for Charlotte again. But Charlotte ended up pushing Ripley into the ring post, put Ripley's leg into the ring post and the steel steps, started kicking the steps then after that, which I'm sure people are saying right now, hey, they can hit the edge of the table, that's a DQ, but Charlotte kicking the steps on the Ripley, that's not a DQ. I saw a lot of people saying that tonight. And then, like I said, Charlotte, after just destroying Ripley's leg, threw her back in the ring, hit the figure eight. Ripley tapped out. So, yeah, I'm sure a lot of people are not going to be really happy with this decision and whatnot, but you can't sit there and deny this was not a bad match. Like I said, this is probably one of the best matches of the entire night in general. And I thought both women went out there and beat the living hell out of each other, okay? So, I'm not come on. It was already a giveaway that Charlotte was winning. The champion came out first. So that already told you Charlotte was going to win this match, especially if Ripley coming out first, okay? I'm sure people expected Becky maybe to come out right after this, but obviously not. Probably will be on Raw tomorrow night for all I know, okay? So we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, Charlotte, what is this, like 13, 14 times the champion? You know, I can do a Ric Flair voice. 14 times the world champion. Okay, by God. Woo! But yeah, Charlotte once again, champion. Not surprised by this decision. But, hey, you know, it's crazy too. The crowd actually was more receptive to Charlotte later in this match. They actually got a pop for the title change too. So it's like they went from we want Becky, and then it's like I said to let's go Ripley, let's go Charlotte, and they popped for the finish too. So it's like I said, the crowd ended up liking this in the end. But yeah, Charlotte winning the title tonight, new Raw Women's Champion. Now, this is a problem with the show, which at first I thought I was having problems with this throughout the entire night. But if anybody was using Peacock tonight, I'm sure you had a lot of bufferings, skips, and just like I had to restart. I thought it was me at first. I ended up having to restart my PlayStation at least 2 times, and I still had the same problem until I had to go to a different stream. And I came back to Peacock later on, and then it ended up working again. Okay? So I don't know what was going on with this, but it's like the Peacock app was just not working. It's like just skipping, and it's like, what's going on? I'm thinking it's me, but apparently everybody had this problem tonight if you were using Peacock. So I don't know what's going on with that. I know WWE said they fixed it, but hey man, how long y'all done had this now? Like 3-4 months now, and y'all still fucking up right now? Especially during a live pay-per-view. I need to get y'all shit together, okay? So I'm glad I'm not the only one that was having that problem, because I thought it was me. I had to restart my PlayStation 2 times, okay? 2 times. So I don't know what was going on with that. But at least, other than missing most of the entrances, we didn't get to the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Matt Riddle, Ricochet, John Morrison, Drew McIntyre, which, by the way, a lot of mixed reactions for him throughout tonight, even getting booed during his, I gotta get my war story promo. Big E, Kevin Owens, Seth Rollins, and Shinsuke Nakamura. There's a lot to say about this match, which was crazy. Riddle taking out Rollins for the RKO and whatnot, going to the floor. Like, this guy is just hitting RKOs half the time everywhere. Drew hitting like a double Claymore kick onto both Riddle and Nakamura in. Even like, it was like finisher fest in the beginning, okay? A lot of finish in the first part of this match. But, Drew, I know he took out Rollins with a Claymore kick at one point. Drew tried to go for the briefcase in this match, but it looked like Jinder and his crew came out, and they end up beating the hell out of McIntyre with a chair, and they drug him to the back. So at least we know Drew's not going to win. Riddle pushing Ricochet off the ladder, which Ricochet did a big freaking 450 springboard on everybody outside then. Riddle was surprised by this. He went back up for the briefcase. Ricochet stopped him then, but Riddle just started hitting RKOs on everybody he saw, from Big E, Ricochet, and others. Rollins ended up hitting a curb stomp on the Matt Riddle. Nakamura hit a GTS on the Seth Rollins. Almost probably can get a CM Punk chant right there. Nakamura tried to climb up there, but John Morrison... By the way, John Morrison, man, just the guy just jumping off the ladder was just insane. Doing his little, like, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 impact thing, or doing corkscrews. He's one of the people you knew you were going to get a lot of crazy spots from him in this match. So, a lot of good stuff from Morrison or Johnny Drip and whatnot. But he ended up spraying Nakamura with the drip thing or water gun and knocking him off. But Kevin Owens came back in, stunner to Morrison. His leg was hurt throughout this match, but then, stunner to Big E. And then Ricochet hit him with a pop-up power bomb after that. But as he tried to climb back up, Rollins hit him with a power bomb, which was a ladder that was set up like a bridge to the outside. Power bombed Owens right there. And whatnot. Rollins climbed up again, but Big E stopped him. He hit the big ending. He climbed up the ladder, and he won the Money in the Bank briefcase. So I'm glad I got this prediction right, okay? So Big E won the Money in the Bank. I got up. I ain't gonna lie. I got up and popped. I'm like, let's go. Big E finally did it. I'm glad they pushing him somewhere big. Some say they probably gave it away with the whole Heyman thing they did on SmackDown, but this is my prediction anyways to begin with, so I'm glad I got this right. Now, the question is, when will he cash in? I don't know, okay? I still think it may be on to Roman if he's still champion at that point in time. Or some say he may cash in on Lashley, maybe get paid back because, one of his New Day partner right there lost tonight or basically got the shit kicked out of him tonight. But Big E, this was a decision which the crowd did pop for and everybody was excited to see. So I'm glad I got something right on this show. So yeah, Big E is the Money in the Bank winner, and we'll see how this goes. We didn't see a cash in tonight already, so at least we know they're not gonna rush this. So yeah, we'll see where that's gonna lead into. Seth Rollins was pissed off and said that Edge stole his Universal title match, but he says he's next in line. Whoever wins the Money in the Bank, he's next. But in the main event, though, we had Edge versus Roman Reigns for the Universal title. Great match. Big fight feel. Some say this is the match that should have happened at WrestleMania and not the triple threat match with Daniel Bryan. Because trust me, a lot of people were really pissed with Bryan being involved in that match and did not want a triple threat and thought he just booked himself into the main event of WrestleMania. But some say this was the real main event that should have happened at WrestleMania, which was tonight. Big fight feel between both Edge and Roman. Like I said, start off slow at first, which I'm glad they built up the crowd through time and time. Roman looking dominant. Mostly a lot of shit talking throughout this entire match. They say, this him, right? This your boy, right? Basically just beating the crap out of him. Edge rallying back, though, to fight back at Roman, of course. Which he even tried to go for the spear and everything, but it did not work. Roman tried to get him into the whole guillotine. Edge still coming back with the Edge-O-Matic and the Executioner at one point in time throughout this match. Edge tried to put the STF on him, but Roman ended up getting the ropes in to break the hold. After that, he tried to set up another spear, but both guys fell out of the ring once they did the guillotine part. Roman was about to spear Edge through the barricade, but Edge got out the way, and Roman went through the barricade. Ref was about to count, but Edge stopped the ref, and he went back outside and speared Roman through another barricade, which was right by the timekeeper's area, which both guys ended up getting back into the ring in. He tried to cover him, but it still did not work. Edge, I don't know, Edge got back up then after that. Roman hit him with a Superman punch, which Edge fell into the referee and just hurt his knee. Like I said, these referees are like jelly, so that counts for Charles Robinson right there, which I just thought was funny the way Edge landed. I'm like, dude, he barely even touched him, but it just it just shattered Charles Robinson's whole knee. Just shattered it, okay? Like it was nothing. And Heyman said that told Reigns that the ref was down. We teach Edge a lesson here. Reigns ended up getting the chair. He ended up breaking, the piece of the chair and, was going to put Edge into the crossface with that chair part. We got the medics end up helping the referee. Roman tried to get the crossface on the Edge, but Edge blocked it. He put the crossface on himself. Just, Roman, which I think he was already tapping, but just, doing the crossface with the metal piece of the chair. The Usos started to walk towards the ring, but the Mysterio stopped them, fighting him to the back. Edge still got the hold in. Seth Rollins comes out, super kicks Edge to the back of the head, and leaves them right after that. Roman gets up. He goes for the spear, but Edge hits his own spear. A second referee finally comes out and counts almost to 3, but big near fall. Crowd goes crazy. Edge was about to set up for another spear, but Seth Rollins came out again. Edge attacked him, and then Reigns up hitting a spear himself, and he still retained the Universal title, which, come on, we all knew Edge wasn't going to win anyways, but it was going to be some type of screwy finish that was going to have Roman win. Rollins attacked Edge right after that, and then next thing you know, Rollins had to stare down with Roman saying, I'm next. I'm next for the title, okay? I'm next and whatnot. which Edge ended up attacking Rollins then after that, as both of them fought over the barricade into the back. Roman was still out there. He had a microphone. He says, now the whole world can acknowledge me. And then, of course, which I'm sure a lot of people may have saw this coming at some point during this weekend, John Cena's music hits. He gets a mega pop and whatnot, just like Edge earlier tonight. But John Cena got a mega pop. He comes out with the towel. I'm finally glad they gave him another t-shirt because he's been wearing the same green t-shirt. Well, this one's still green too, but the last green one he was wearing, he's been wearing that for almost 3 years now. So at least they gave him a different t-shirt design this time. But yeah, John Cena came out, of course. He threw his hat. He still has that JBL haircut in a way and whatnot. And I think I'd rather him go back to the buzz cut and everything. But like I said, Cena came out and, just absorbed just the crowd's cheers and whatnot. He looked at Roman. He looked at the title. He walked towards them. He did the you can't see me thing. And then he climbed on the ropes and his Roman looked on. So obviously, John Cena's movie schedule is clear for right now. Well, for the time being. And whatnot. So I guess we all know what the main event of SummerSlam is going to be. John Cena, Roman Reigns, and hey, John Cena's back on SmackDown too. So, yeah, Cena is back. You already heard me talk about Cena before, saying they need this dude back on TV. Damn near 6 months ago, if you ask me. Thunderdome and that, they need this guy back on TV for the ratings, of course. I'm sure he's going to pop a big rating when he returns to SmackDown this Friday, okay? So, yeah, John Cena is back, and we all know he is going for Roman Reigns and the Universal title. So, how long will John Cena be around during the time being? I don't know. Like I said, the movie schedule him is crazy. Fast 9 already came out. We already know he's in Suicide Squad. So, yeah, no filming as of right now. So, yeah, Cena's back wrestling again. He has not been here in basically over a year now, since last year's WrestleMania in that Funhouse match, which I'm not going to go into that right now because you already know my feelings about it and whatnot. But, yeah, John Cena is back, and he's back in the title hunt. So, yeah. Could he become 17-time champion? I have no clue. All right? But, like I said, John Cena's back. So, yeah. Really big post-angle to end this show. So, overall, a very good show. A fun show, I should say. And a lot of things that happen on here. Of course, the crowd, which makes a very big difference, of course. The biggest problems I would say throughout tonight was the Peacock issues. If you have Peacock and that was some bullshit. But a lot of great things we saw tonight. The Money in the Bank matches themselves. Personally, like I said, my favorite tonight, Big E winning the Money in the Bank. Edge versus Roman was great. Lashley just went beast mode, killing Kofi Kingston out there. I thought the Raw Tag title match was not that bad and whatnot, but almost has a lot of work that needs to be done. But AJ just being the freaking workhorse out there, that tells you a lot. Charlotte versus Ripley, great match. Still one of the best ones of the night, too. The women's Money in the Bank match was good, but at the same time, very confused on the whole Nikki Cross thing, decision and whatnot. 50-50 on it. Usos, I'm not surprised that they won, even though I saw a lot of people very pissed off about it. But like I said, overall, this was a great show. I had fun watching this show. It's been a really fun weekend in wrestling since Friday. And maybe it's because of the crowd. From SmackDown, from Slammiversary last night. By the way, check out my Slammiversary review, which is uploaded online right now. If you want to hear everything about that, go check that out. Slammiversary, Impact last night. A lot of big things that went down. And like I said, with tonight also with Money in the Bank. What will Raw look like tomorrow night? I don't know. And I think I said it since Friday. Enjoy this reaction while you got it right now, with the fans being back. Because I feel like we're going to go back to the same bullshit with fans before the pandemic happened. And maybe they're going to go back to center in their hands. Or it's going to be a lot of bullshit again. So, like I said, WWE are pulling out all the big guns they can right now. Especially right now with, building the SummerSlam, okay? And I'm sure we're going to see Edge versus Seth Rollins at SummerSlam also. So I can see that happening. So, yeah. Money in the Bank, folks. We are done right here. So, yes, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at Hooded Knight 890, okay? I hope everybody enjoyed this show tonight, because I did, okay? I thought it was a great show. I can't say that enough. So I had fun watching this show. Other than streaming issues, this was not bad. This was not bad at all. So I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later. I will be back tomorrow night for Monday Night Raw. I need to go because I gotta go check out that Power Book 3 right now, Raising Kanan. Hey, if you're a Power fan, go watch it, okay? So I'm about to go watch that right now, Book 3. It's all part of the game. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I'm out. See you guys later. Peace.